It's been 6 months. What's your experience of 6 months service in Sierra Leone?
Okay, it's been a very productive 6 months, I'll have to say. We've been through a lot, we've seen a lot in the market. We've seen the market dynamics change quite considerably since we entered the market. And no, so far so good. You know, we launched the Lagos route. We were here, I think, 6 months ago, we were just discussing. And that was back in late January. And at the end of April, we had our inaugural flight to London. So for a young African airline, I think we've achieved a lot in a very short period of time. To fly to London is something quite phenomenal within 6 months of operations or beginning operations. So that's been a huge achievement. We've seen the dynamics in the market shift. The consumers, you guys, we guys, we've seen the prices go down considerably. A lot of monopolies have been broken. So it's a win-win for everybody. Again, you know, it's a new startup. We've brought in fresh teams, we're training local teams. A few challenges, which are normal, but you know, we're very positive, we've overcome those challenges, and we are just now purely focusing on consolidating those routes and looking to grow the network further in the next couple of months.
One of the things that sort of became a stumble block to Sierra Leone's tourism and to people who travel to Sierra Leone to and from was the price of ticket.
Absolutely.
It was crazy expensive
Yes.
to fly to and from Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
You've sort of partially addressed that. Your prices are the lowest to travel to the destinations you're traveling to. And the concerns, well, unofficially, that, you know, the response that was given to the people was it was expensive, the taxes, and so on and so on. How did you arrive at that business strategy of lower prices, and how is it working business-wise?
That's a good question. We've had some very good promo fares in the market. Bona's been driving that from the marketing side. But you know, we're very disciplined. We've got strong business plans, and those promo fares are loss-making for us. But you know, we wanted to gain the market awareness that we're real, we're here, we're on ground, come and test our product. So that's part of our business plan. You know, we call it loss lead, but it's okay. The prices will be this low forever. Obviously, we're a commercial entity. We have to recover the investment, which we've put in with low fares. But it's going as per plan. I mean, you can't just enter a new market and expect to take it straight away. So, you know, we have 3, 5, and 10-year business plans, and we're going, so far so good. The first 6 months are going to plan. There are challenges around high cost. I mean, the fuel in Freetown is the highest in West Africa. Yeah, the Jet A1 fuel, which we use to power our aircraft. So they're very high. We are sitting down. We're trying to lobby and educate the market that, look, we are different from a foreign carrier. We don't just come in, pick up and take passengers out. This is our home base. Lungi is our hub. So as more aircraft start to arrive, and we want to go through, you know, we want to demonstrate as well. We don't want to keep demanding. We want to demonstrate that, look, we've increased the capacity through the airport. We are a local carrier. You know, we need to negotiate some of these prices. And, you know, it's not just the fuel. It's a lot of the user charges and airport taxes. They're still there. We don't have discounts. We haven't had any rebates. But that's something that we want to raise at the right time once we've demonstrated, you know, through talk and through action rather than talk. That, you know, we are here, we're bringing volumes. Look, we need to sit together and look how we grow this industry for the whole sector, not just for the airline itself.
One of those challenges could also be the brand representation. Since pre-operations, when it was announced that Air Sierra Leone would be launched in Sierra Leone, there seemed to have been, for example, Dr. Sylvia Olainka-Blyden took upon herself to do some research, and she published on social media saying the history of the flight, that you had issues in Nigeria, some technical issues that led to a crash, and so much more. And recently as well, there were rumors flying about on social media about that in itself can be a challenge. But speak to the security aspect of the airline. There have been too many talks about its safety.
Yeah, I mean, Madam is entitled to her as is anybody else. I would politically say let's make informed decisions before we go to the market. Okay, to be honest, we've so much to move away from negativity. I don't know why we're always on negative factors and not celebrating the successes. But just to talk about the elephant in the room one more time, and please for the last time, Bravo Zulu Zulu is one of our Embraer aircraft. It was involved in a runway excursion in Lagos. It happens, okay? You've got aircraft, if you just please Google, any of the people watching the show, Google, things happen to aircraft, yeah? So, you know, there are catastrophes, nobody talks about that. Brussels Airlines was here on the ramp for 2 weeks, technical, nobody talks about that, yeah? But I just don't understand the negative, constant negativity and bombardment, okay? That aircraft had a runway excursion, it wasn't an accident, okay? There was too much water on the runway in Lagos. We were given clearance to land, okay, by the control tower. We landed, the runway was too wet. We can't predict that, yeah? So if we're given clearance to land, we land. So that happened. A full structural review of the aircraft was undertaken, and it flew again. It flew in Lagos or Nigeria for another 3 or 4 months. Then it went for a regular routine check in South Africa, was branded Air Sierra Leone and colored Air Sierra Leone and positioned into Freetown. These things happen. Your car breaks down, right? Yeah? You get a puncture on your tire, right? It happens. These are machines. Yeah? But when they've been through rigorous testing and recertification, what's the issue? Okay, so I read a lot of these things, and to be honest, I don't get distracted by them anymore because my mission is bigger than getting lost in the weeds and every little criticism that we receive. We've pulled off a massive route to London. Our aircraft are 4 years old that are flying to London. Nobody talks about that, right? However, we will not be distracted. Our passenger volumes are growing so perfectly week on week to London. The people are speaking with their tickets and their wallets, yeah? So the negativity will always be there. It's just a little bit disheartening that we keep going there 6 months later. It's old news. If we want to talk about aviation and catastrophes, let's Google and let's come back next week and talk about it. Yeah? So please, let's focus on the positives. Right. Everybody always has an opinion. You can't please all of the people all of the time. So let's park that. That's old news and for me, non-relevant. Okay, the aircraft is recertified and we are flying safely. Are
you satisfied with the level of patronage you're getting right now, as in customers coming through?
I'm delighted tickets? On London. I am. It's beating our internal forecasts. We flew yesterday. I think we had 50 passengers go out, and every flight, those passengers. I mean, this is only the second commercial flight, so our bookings for next week are already more than what we flew on Monday. So I'm very, very encouraged. I'm actually really happy. I rarely say that, but I'm very, very happy with how the London route is going. And I think it's just the beginning, to be honest. As more people taste the product, all of these negative sentiments will just evaporate. And I think it's very encouraging at this stage.
Well, Sid, you've been quite strategic online, you know, with your post and all of that. What's the perception of people at the moment regarding Air Sierra Leone?
Oh, that's a very important question, Victor. Of course, we started below the curve. We were deep in the negative when we started with the whole, you know, crash landing and Sylvia Blythe, and, you know. So we had to start from the negatives. And where we are at the moment is such an impressive level. But then we did not just arrive there. We had to be firstly consistent and true to the mission of the business in itself. Now, we did not just come with propaganda and tell people stories that are not true. We had to firstly re-examine ourselves, know that this and this and this are the expectations of the people, but then quite apart from that, we have a regulatory compliance mechanism that we also need to stick to. These are the things that would keep us in the markets and flying for, I mean, the longest possible time. We had to look in-house and see what we could do better to, you know, reintroduce ourselves to the market again and to the Sierra Leonean people and to customers from other countries. I mean, the London flight we had, there were 2 passengers from Monrovia who flew from Liberia to Sierra Leone and then to UK because of the prices and because of the reviews they had, you know, from previous passengers who flew the first commercial flight. That was a delight to me. So we had to go in-house and look at all the strategic buttons that we have to touch to ensure that we get to the point that we want to get. We haven't arrived yet. We're still doing it. But then, as Suhk said, we've long passed the days of negativity. I think we're not seeking validation anymore. Air Sierra Leone is a big airline now. We have bigger goals. We have bigger competitions to lock horns with. There is Brussels Airlines still coming in. There is British Airways and other, you know, big airlines that does the route that we do. you know. So we want to see how we could put ourselves at par with those international airlines and forget about the small things that are happening in here. Naturally, I just feel like the country, the people, you know, our passengers will follow through. We had 14 passengers moving out of Sierra Leone to UK when we started the first commercial flight. It's more than tripled. On the second commercial flight, it's more than tripled. We had only 28 coming in from UK on the first commercial flight. It's more than doubled. So what people want is not just the talking, it's the quality of the service. When they go, they don't just get comfy seats, they also get good hospitality, they also get good food, they also know that the plane is decent, it's up to the world-class standard that they're expecting. I see the reviews online all the time. I mean, one said, I have never flown a flight as clean and decent as this one. And it's not a Nigerian flight, it's not an American flight, it's a Sierra Leonean flight. So for me, largely, what I've noticed is we have problems with the name Sierra Leone. So we have to inspire ourselves to believe in the name. We have to inspire ourselves to believe in the country and the things we do, because we can do it. We too can fly. That's it basically. If other nations can fly, smaller nations than Sierra Leone, we too can fly. We did not start from the top. And of course, you know, you have to start small. But we can do it. And I'm positive about that. So I'm happy with the reviews online. And yes, we're carrying on.